We are going to set up our environment for practically learning Nmap. First, we will learn how to install Nmap on our Windows and Linux machine. Then we will set up our lab environment for practicing Nmap. We will also specify a target which we will scan through Nmap. Then we will install Wireshark to better understand the workings of Nmap. This tip is optional, but if you want to understand deeply the inner working of Nmap, then you should also install the Wireshark tool. Then we will understand a basic usage of the Nmap. We will understand the basic structure of the commands of the Nmap. Okay, so let's download our Nmap tool for our Windows machine. First, open your browser and go to the official website of the Nmap, which is Nmap Organization. So let's download Nmap for our Windows machine. Go to the nmap.org, which is the official website of the Nmap. Click on the download page. Click on Windows. Now the latest version of the web currently is 7.93. Click on this link and start your downloading. Since I have already downloaded this tool, so I will just skip to the installation part. Now this is like any software that we usually install as standard installation procedure. Click on the Agree button. Click Next. Click Install. Let's wait for the installation to complete. Click on the Next button. Click Next. Click Finish. Okay, so now we have successfully installed the Nmap on our Windows machine. To verify that we have successfully installed Nmap, open the terminal or command line and enter Nmap, just Nmap. If we can see the help page, the help manual of the Nmap, that means that we have successfully installed the Nmap. Otherwise, there is a problem in our installation. Now let's install our Nmap to our Kali machine. Usually Kali comes pre-installed with Nmap, but in case if your Linux machine has not been installed with Nmap, then we can simply follow these commands. To install Nmap, open terminal or console and enter sudo apt get install Nmap. Click Enter. Enter your password. Now since Nmap is already installed in my Linux machine, that is why I do not need to reinstall it. But you can follow this command if yours is not installed with Nmap. Now let's understand the basic structure of the command of the Nmap. First type Nmap, then the scan types, then options, and then we specify the target, the scan types. This specifies the type of scan that Nmap will perform. This can be a single scan type like Saint for a TCP connection scan or multiple scan types separated by comma options. These are additional flags that modify the behavior of Nmap. Examples include -p to specify the ports to scan, -o to enable operating system detection, and -v to increase the verbosity of the output. The target specification. This specifies the target for the scan. This can be a single IP address or host name, multiple targets separated by comma or hyphen. Let's do an example scan. Nmap street port at scan.nmap.org. The Nmap organization gives us a dummy website for scanning for practicing or Nmap scales. So in this command we are going to do a TCP connect scan specified by this trick, and we are scanning for port hat on this host. Now let's just press enter. Nmap will start its scanning, and if the port 80 is open it will say so, otherwise it will say the port is closed. Now we can see that this host is running but that port is not open. Now let's do another simple scan and just scan for all the common ports. Now we can see that the host seems down, but that is not the case. Sometimes the host you want to scan have some security implemented which blocks or scanning. This is also advised by Nmap that the host. If you think the host is really up but blocking your pinks probes, then you should try this flags. Now let's try this flag and do nmap scan me not nmap. .org pn. It may take some time, so let's wait. Okay, now we can see that port 80 was actually open, but this host was blocking her pings. But when we turn on the PN flag, it showed that these ports were open. So from all this basic scan, and we got to know that port 80, port 9929, and 31337 was open. Alright, so this was just a basic demo of the scan by Nmap. Now we will set up our own vulnerable lab machines that we will practice Nmap on. For this, open your browser, and now we will download a vulnerable machine that we will do practice on. We will set up that a variable machine and VMware, and we will do practice scanning on it using Nmap. So just open your browser and search for Hackable Vuln Hub. Okay, this one we will download this vulnerable machine. Click on this link. Click on this one Hackable 2 and download the OVA file from here. It's a large file and it will take some time, but I have already downloaded this file. So I will just show you how to set it up on your VMware. This is the OEA file that I have downloaded. If you have VirtualBox or VMware installed, then just double-click on it, and you will be shown with the pop-up of the VM. There are VirtualBox. Now look at all the names, the products, and everything, and see that all. The relevant amount of prem is allocated to the machine. It looks like everything is okay, so we will just click on the Finish button and click on Agree. It will take some time to be imported into the VirtualBox, so let's wait. Alright, so our vulnerable machine called Hackable has successfully imported in our VM VirtualBox, so we will just turn it on by clicking the Start button. It will take some time, so have some patience. Okay, so it seems like our vulnerable machine has been turned on, and username and password for this machine is Hackable. So let's enter Hackable and Hackable. We will find the IP address of this machine. So just click. So just enter IP address, and it seems like the IP is 192.168.56.101. Let's go back to our calling machine and see if we can ping it. Let's see if it is reachable from our attacker machine. The IP was ping 192.168.56.101. Okay, so it's alright. So it looks like we can access this vulnerable machine from that attacker machine. So this machine called Hackable will be our vector machine, and our calling machine will be a taker machine. We will do scanning from our calling machine on this Hackable machine and apply different scripts, and this way we will practically learn the Nmap to. Alright, so let's do a simple Nmap scan on this machine too. Just enter Nmap and the IP address of the machine we just set up and click Enter. Alright, so we can see that a lot of ports are open on our victim machine, risk of our training on in WebAlert. So we can see that a lot of ports on our victim machine are turned on in the following station. We will apply different types of flags, and we'll do different type of scanning on our disk victim machine.